In this video we're going to show you how you can use North 52's Formula Manager to create a formula which will participate in a workflow. The formula is going to be running a calculation on the opportunity entity to determine the number of working days between the created on date of the opportunity and the estimated close date of the opportunity. And this all works both on-premise and online versions of Dynamics CRM. So let's go along and create a new formula within the system. Gets a default name, which we will leave for now. The formula type we will choose as workflow. Because we're working with opportunities, we're going to, for the source entity, choose opportunity. Next we move on to the formula description, the real guts of the calculation itself. So we're going to be working with dates on the opportunity entity. So we have a set of date functions here on the left hand side. So I'm going to choose my diff working days function. It takes two parameters, a from date and a to date. So I'm going to insert the created on date of the opportunity and the estimated close date of the opportunity. So for the from date, I can go over to my source tab here, source entity, expand opportunity, and I can go created on. And for my to date, I can choose the estimated close date. Hit save. So now saving the formula to the system. So now I have a formula created that whenever it's called, it will work out the number of working days, that's Monday through Friday, count those up and return them for the 2 dates passed in. So I'm just going to save the name of the formula because I'll use that in a moment. And let's go over now and create the workflow itself. So let's do new, give it a name. Let's give it a name. Entity is opportunity again. Category is workflow. Click OK. So you can use all the standard features of workflows within Dynamics CRM. There's no real restrictions. So I'm going to make this one run on demand, turn off the created, and then we move to just the main body of the workflow. So it's just very simple. We're going to have two steps inside here. One to run the calculation, run the formula, and the second one to update the opportunity. So the way you execute a formula is you create a record within the system. Let's give it a name. And the record that you create is N52 formula calculation. So we can set some properties on that. So the name will be the name of the formula that you want to execute. So we've saved that off. So you can just paste that in. And then for the target entity ID, we need the GUID of the opportunity. So we can get that from this field, record URL dynamic. So that's been added in. I can do save and close. So that step will run the formula for us. Then we do a step to use that. So we're going to update the formula. Update the formula description. So let's click on update. So we're just going to put in some text here. You have, then let's move here to local values, pick up my previous calc working days step, and there's a field on that called result. So that will store the result of the formula that gets executed. So the number of working days in this instance. Click add that in. You have X working days to close this opportunity. And that's now complete. Hit save and close. Just need to activate my workflow. The workflow is now activated, so that's fine. So now I need to go and find an opportunity within the system and run my workflow against the opportunity. So let's pick out this one. big opportunity, a big op. So you can see at the moment the description is blank. We can see that the created on date is the 29th of the 1st, so January 2012, and that the estimated close date is 29th of February 2012. So I'm going to go along here and run a workflow. You can see here we have calc working days. So I'm going to run that workflow. So that workflow now is running behind the scenes. It's the first step of it is to execute the formula to work out the number of working days, then take that result and update the description. So hopefully that's executed behind the scenes, and if I click refresh, we should see some values in the description field. The workflow hasn't finished completing yet, so let's just give it a few more seconds. So let's hit refresh again. And there you have it. You have 22 working days to close this opportunity. So hopefully you can see how easy it was to add a formula which will participate in a workflow to run on any different type of calculation that you want. And it was just working days in this instance, but you can do a lot more. And the really great thing about this is it runs both on-premise and online.